I'm Pete Buckenham. I'm the founder from On the Corner Records. Started the label just over 3 years ago. Massively influenced by Miles Davis's On the Corner album, which was kind of groundbreaking, but also not one genre music, but looking across different musics from across the world. Something that's quite critical for me really is music that I haven't got a clue what's going on. But when I'm like, shit, what the fuck is that basically? What is this? So I think some of those moments on the playlist are quite definite moments. Things like Steve Reed and Kieran Hebden's work on Daxar. But then there's some that I missed off, probably like the first time I heard the Portishead first album. I remember being 16, just not knowing what on God's earth this music was. It didn't compute with my frames of reference at that age, and that's something I seek out. Alif Fakatouri was, he was key listening point really before I went to the Sahara, and from him I'd got this image and this glorious idea of Timbuktu and the Festival of the Desert that used to happen every year in Mali. And I tried to get to Timbuktu three different occasions. The first time I was actually in the Western Sahara, and there was probably 2 days travel until the border of Mali and Mauritania, but there was a gun battle. Then another time I was going to join up visits to my friends in the Western Sahara with Timbuktu, checking out music along the way, and then end up in East Africa, Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar. But I got offered a job in Zanzibar. And then the third time I finally got there, I travelled up the River Niger to on just like a cargo barge with rats and cargo, no beds or anything. That was a really special moment. I mean, Timbuktu was about to fall to the Sahelian Al-Qaeda, which it was a very difficult time to be in the country. So I'd love to go back to Mali and get to know Alif Fakatouri's kind of world a bit more, but being in that situation was definitely out of a zone of which I felt comfortable with. I probably learnt of Sahel sounds maybe 2012. They did 2 compilations called Music from Saharan Cell Phone, because in those regions, yeah, people exchange music via Bluetooth on their mobile phones. So essentially that's what they've got, and that's how they listen. Chris Kirtley, I think, he's been recording music in that region for quite a few years now. I'm not entirely sure. He just really represents lots of different styles of music from that part of the world. That's group As-Salam, which I recorded 2 years ago out in there's a region of like the southern part of Morocco where Tarfaya is. I was with my good friends and he introduced me to some of the local members of a band there. I can't remember whose idea it was, but somebody was saying, you know, maybe we should get together. I think he might have been said actually, maybe we should go and get a goat, we can get a tent, we can get a generator, we'll drive out into the desert and we'll make a party of it. You record that. So yeah, for the cost of the smallest studio session really ever, we took a generator out into the Sahara and kind of started playing music. I recorded, we had a feast together, and yeah, I got a little desert session out of it. A key record for me is Moshi by Barney Willen. There's a track that I play a lot called Tindi Abalasa. This track, it's kind of got a pop sensibility and it's very much of the time. Yeah, so that, in a way, it's kind of quite conventional. But it's wicked, isn't it? I think you could play that in a club. And then this, I play this sometimes coming into Theo Parrish, because Theo Parrish did a track which is it's got a similar kind of structure. But then I think Barney Willen mixes this chant with the bass lines, of brass bass lines as well, and in a way it encapsulates free jazz of people like Albert Ayler for me. And it's incredible, it's 1972, right?